Alright guys, welcome to my first Season 5 Fortnite video. We are posting this one super early because you guys know what we have to do. We have to get you guys the full guide to the weekly challenges for the brand new Battle Pass in Season 5. That is right guys, so as always I'm going to be showing you tips and tricks and secrets for every single challenge this week, even including the secret Battle Pass star that you get with the loading screen after completing the initial 7 challenges. But this should help you get the challenges done as quickly as possible so that you can get back to playing it for fun and also get that jump start on your challenges. But yeah guys, if you find this helpful or you're hyped for Season 5, be sure to smack that like button down below. It always helps me out so much and encourages me to make more of these guides every single week. Along with that, be sure to comment down below what you are hyped about with Season 5 so far. Is it one of the new skins in the Battle Pass? Is it the new challenges, the new map? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah guys, without further ado, let's jump on into it here. But yeah guys, they actually switched up the challenges a little bit this time around. I'm sure you guys have noticed it, but basically you have the same, weekly challenges, but this time the free path of the Battle Pass has 3 of them, and then the paid version has the extra 4, so technically it's the same exact way as last season. But as for the challenges this week, we have deal SMG damage to opponents, which is pretty easy, then search a supply llama, get clinger, stink bomb, or grenade eliminations, which is hard, but I got some tips to make that one super easy, and then you have the search chest in Snobby Shores, got some secret ones to show you there, then search floating lightning bolts, which is pretty easy as well. I'll show you where those are, and then finally follow the treasure map found in Risky Reels, and also eliminate opponents in Retail Row, and then finally the bonus battle star for completing all of those and finding it hidden on the map. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's jump on into it here with the first challenge I want to go over, and that is the clinger, stink bomb, or grenade eliminations. Now at first this one sounds very hard, but I'm pretty sure the way this one works is that you don't need to get one elimination with all of them because it very specifically says clinger, stink bomb, or grenade eliminations. So that doesn't mean you have to get one with a stink bomb, which would be almost impossible. That would be so freaking hard. So with that being said, I think the easiest way to do this is go for it with the clingers and the grenades. Now obviously you can get this by just playing the game normally and picking up grenades and clingers whenever you get them, but if you're still having a tough time with that, one thing I can recommend, and I'm pretty sure still works, I haven't confirmed it quite yet, so be sure to check the pinned comment down below. I'll update you guys there, but I would recommend going into 50v50. The way we've done these kind of elimination challenges in the past is go into 50v50, knock somebody down on the other team, try and find somebody who's off on their own, and then get your elimination by finishing them off with whatever you need to. So in this case it would be a clinger, stink bomb, or grenade. Toss a grenade at them while they're down and it should count towards your challenge, and overall shouldn't be that hard to do. Now, but moving on to the next challenge, the search chests in Snobby Shores. I guess the chest challenges have returned, and as always, let's go through some of these secret chests. But before all of that, guys, which game mode will probably be best to do this in? Well, obviously, I would recommend 50v50, but a ton of people are going to be going for chests in that one. As always, it's a good option because if your team is on the side of Snobby Shores, you won't have to worry about enemies, but it will get pretty crowded. So I could also recommend maybe doing solo duos or solo squads, just because most of the time teams don't go for challenges together, so that one could be pretty quiet to go to Snobby Shores. So just try one or the other, see which one works best for you. It's just gonna take time to get these done anyways. But yeah, moving into game here, basically the main place you can get chests from is the houses. There's no like secret area around here I think that counts, so you basically are going to have to go into the houses. Now which houses do I recommend? Well, first of all, going over here is a good spot. I believe there's only 2 chests, but they are fairly hidden. They are in the little secret bunker. You break down like right through here and you can find the secret bunker under here, and then you've got one chest over there if it decides to spawn in another chest right there on top of the fridge. I also thought there was one in here, but apparently there isn't, I'm pretty sure. But either way, 2 chests right there, pretty secret, not too bad. Now I could also recommend going for the ones that are right out in the open so you can get them quickly, like this one back here in this backyard of the second house. And then if you go over to the 4th house from the left, there's also one right out in the open. Those are always safe ones to go after if you can get there first, so might as well try and grab some of those. Now if you do decide to get that one, you can also get the one that is up in the attic right over here, right in the middle on the top floor in the attic, obviously again, and then you can drop down to this 2nd floor right here, and there's always, well not always, but there is usually a chest over there. Now after that you can also go to this house over here. There's one next to this weird toilet on this side, and then another one on the other side right there. Pretty sure those are the 2 chests in that house. There's not a ton there actually, so I wouldn't go there, but you can also go here again, get the chest outside, then go into the attics and get the one right up here. And then there is also another one very similar to the second house right up there, as you can see above the garage. So pretty easy on that one. And then over here, I'm honestly a little bit confused. I don't believe there's, I don't know if they just didn't spawn for some reason, but I had a hard time finding like any chests over here. And since I don't explore it a ton, maybe I'm just like missing the chests that are in here, but I'm not sure if there are actually any chests in this building. So pretty weird there, but just in case, maybe avoid this side and mainly focus on these 4 houses over there. And make sure once you get some chests to either eliminate yourself or win the game, because if you leave the match, you click leave the match like right here, it will not count. But overall, shouldn't be too difficult to do. Now moving on to the supply llama challenge, which is basically, I believe, find 1 supply llama. Kind of forgetting on the number right there, but basically this challenge is going to be tough. I'll admit that it is going to be one that will take you some time, because basically it is all based on luck. I can't really give you guys any tips on doing this one, just because it is so RNG based. Supposedly there's only 3 llamas that spawn on the map every single match, so that is a very, very low chance of finding them. But either way, the main tip that I can give you guys for this one is to not worry about it and probably save it until the end. A lot of the other challenges will require you to, drop in a bunch, move around the map. So when you're trying to do those challenges, I could recommend maybe looking for the llamas when you're dropping into the game, parachuting in, or not parachuting in, just gliding in. Try and keep an eye out for that purple and blue. See if you can find one when gliding in. And then at the very least, if you're not able to find one while completing the other challenges, you can just keep playing normally and trying to find them as you play. There's really no way to force this one, guys, so it is going to take time to do. Now after that, another challenge which might be tough starting out is the search lightning bolts challenge, which actually isn't that hard once you know how it's done. So basically what this challenge is, if you remember from last season, the one that was in the first week as well, the one that was search Fortnite letters, it is very, very similar to that one. In fact, it's practically the same exact challenge. So what do I mean by that? Well, basically you find these lightning bolts around the map, and generally they're like really high up in the air. You just have to build up to them. Like this one you can find in Dusty Divot, but you build up to it, you hold a button to, pick it up, and that is how you get one of them done. Now you gotta get, I believe, 7 of them, so it will take a little bit of time, but basically the way that you find these is simply to keep dropping into the game over and over and over again. Most of the time they are at named locations, sometimes they aren't, like they aren't at Pleasant Park, and I believe the new golf course type thing, but as you can see here, there's one at Tilted that I just glided by, and then there's also one right next to it at Loot Lake, so those are 2 very close together you can get. But then on top of that, there's also one at the new location Paradise Palms, which is so freaking dope. And then you can even find a couple that are close together at Junk Junction and the motel. There's probably one at Haunted Hills. I didn't check, but I would imagine that there would be one at Haunted Hills. So those might be 2 that are pretty close together that you can get. And then along with that, there's also one at Lucky Landing, as you can see here. But yeah, guys, basically the way to do this is simply drop in, grab them, build a staircase up, knock yourself out, go back to the lobby and repeat the process over and over again. Just going to main big locations with like a bunch of buildings. You should be able to find a bunch of these. It's not the hardest challenge in the world. But then after that, you have the retail row eliminations, which isn't that tough, but in case eliminations are hard for you, I got a couple of tips for you guys as always. But basically the tips I do have for people that are starting out is to simply drop in like solo or something. Don't do duos unless you're with a squad. And in fact, doing it with a squad can be quite helpful. But if you do it in solo, you get the eliminations right away. But I would recommend generally dropping, trying to find a place that nobody else has gone to. There's a ton of houses to go to, so most of the time you will be able to find a house that you can keep all to yourself. So try and drop in a little bit late. Go to a house that is empty, get loot, and then, like sit on top of the house maybe. Try and pick off some people. Overall, this one will just take time for you to do. Now, on top of that, you could also maybe drop at this location over here, grab some loot there, and just go to town once you're fully looted up, fully stocked up on mats and stuff like that. In fact, mats are super important. Most of the times, other people aren't going for mats. So if you can get the building advantage, most of the time you will be able to get some easy eliminations. But other than that, I'd maybe avoid going to the shops, like the grocery store and the hunting place. Those places don't have a ton of loot, but they can be quiet. So pros and cons, but overall, just keep doing it over and over again. You should be able to get them done eventually. But next up on the list, we have one of the most important challenges, the follow the treasure map found in Risky Reels. So I already got you guys covered on this one. And actually, before we get into this one, if you guys haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because I will be doing more of these guides every single week, trying to do them a day early if the challenges are leaked, and if you don't want to miss those, that is the best way to get notified. But yeah, you don't even need to go to Risky Reels, because once you know the location of the star, you can just go straight there, grab the star, and get 10 battle pass stars super easy. Now, in case you were curious, here is the map for this week. Again, it is in Risky Reels, very easy to find. It's like next to these dumpsters. And leave your guesses down below in the comments. Do you know where this is on the map? 3, 2, 1. This is next to Tomato Town. So as you can see in this clip right here, all you need to do is go to the bridge in Tomato Town and simply build up to it on the side that is facing, again, Tomato Town. So once you build up there, as you can see, the star shows up right on top of it. Should be very easy to grab. You can just glide in right to this location that you see here, grab the star, and really that should be all you need to do. It's honestly pretty easy, not much else to it, and I'll show you the second star that you can find once you complete all these challenges in just a sec here after we go through the 7th challenge of this week. And speaking of the 7th challenge this week, this one is the deal damage with SMGs to opponents. So I mean, come on guys, this one is so easy, especially since SMGs have been buffed like crazy. I think they actually maybe have gotten a nerf recently, but overall SMGs are actually super good. You can carry them instead of ARs and honestly do pretty much the same. They're not as good as like long range as ARs, but close up to like medium range, they are super deadly. So basically carry that instead of your ARs, force yourself to use it, and you'll get this damage eventually. I mean, it's only 500, really shouldn't be that hard overall. But yeah guys, let's move on to the secret star for this week, and credit actually to finding the loading screen which included the clue for this star. Credit to that goes to 2 epic buddies on Twitter, big thanks to them. I'll link them down below in the description. But basically, if I am correct on this, and also be sure to check the pinned comment below because I haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm pretty sure that it is located in the umbrella that you can find right on the map right here. Now again, the star won't spawn until you have completed all of your challenges for this week and unlock the loading screen, but I believe it should spawn right in the center of that umbrella. So, you know, just check around a little bit. If it's not in the very center, maybe check down at the bottom, but it should be right there. And again, I will update you guys down below in the pinned comment if for some reason it changes. But yeah guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to subscribe for more of these guides coming up soon, as well as check out some of my previous videos that I think you guys will enjoy. But other than that guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.